What's going on, Big Gregory? What's happening with this wetsuit?
And it's welded itself through lack of use and abuse.
Is this the one you bought from the museum?
It's going back to the museum.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
3 years without a dive.
Yep, look at it. And
so you should be fully dive fit.
I'm a passenger.
That's what you're saying.
I'm a passenger.
No, mate, you're an expert cray diver. I've seen you in action. Let's go and have a little look at the water.
Yes, definitely.
Superb. This is where we're going to head. There's rocks. You can see a bit of reef out there. Divers in the water. Oh no, they're dolphins. Anyway, hope the crays are in. Here we are. About to pop out of the bush. One of my old favourite diving grounds. I don't reckon I've dived up here for 3 years myself.
Yeah, well.
I can't remember any of the cracks, but I do remember that they're all easy except for two. So let's hope there's some lobsters here. Oh, what a premium day. We jumped in the water to find it was crystal clear and flat as a tack. And this spot, you really need it like that. It's very, very shallow. Any stir up puts all this sand up and you can't see anything. Anyway, it didn't take long to find a big tropical lobster, a Hamaris. Unfortunately, it had eggs. And finally managed to get Greg's attention, let him know there was something here.
Okay. Oi! 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 Greg! Eggs.
What was really good to see was the amazing amount of undersized Eastern Rock Lobsters everywhere. Just cracks, just chock-a-block full of kittens. Some of the kittens are so small it makes some of the lobsters look legal, but of course when you pull them out you quickly know that they're not legal and they have to go back. But anyway, fantastic thing to see for the future, to see such a huge recruitment of juveniles. The conditions were so good and the crays were so abundant that you could swim around and just spot fields of antennas sticking out of cracks, and had to have a real careful scout to make sure there's no legals in amongst them. I try not to disturb them if I can, because when the big legals do come in, these kittens will attract them and they'll all jam into the same holes. Always nice to see a wobbegong disappearing into the back of a lobster hole. This lobster at the front looked like it was probably going to go just legal, but I missed it on the first go, and you really can't be sticking your arm right up the back of cracks when you know there's a decent wobbegong in there. When you're looking through cracks full of kittens to try to find a legal, one of the things that sometimes gives the legals away is that they'll be a little bit brighter green on the back and the legs will be a little bit more orange. Unfortunately, some of the big kittens are like that as well. This really takes me back to the Port Stephens diving, where we'd see 50 crays in a hole and maybe one would be legal. This nice cave had a decent sized Hamaris lobster sitting on the top of it, but he's right out in the open and very, very tricky to grab. Anyway, I decided to go around the back and get right into the cave and see if I could have a crack. Once I got in the cave, I could see this good sized Hamaris jammed right back in the hole. Couldn't go any further back. I was like, you beauty, I'll take the easy one. I whipped him out. Did a quick check for eggs to make sure I could take this one, and had my first decent one in the bag.
Finally got something. Nice big Hamaris.
When you find a crack like this, it's good to really scout it out, try and identify any legal looking lobsters. Like that one looked like it's probably legal at the front, and then really check everything else out so you don't miss something really big and good that's going to leave as you're rattling up the other lobsters. Try and make a plan of how you're going to tackle it to try and maximise your catch.
Man, they're the two biggest ones.
I've got pretty good judgment on the just legal lobsters, and yeah, don't waste time measuring one when I know they're going to be undersized. If they're really, really close, of course, I will measure it. Definitely don't take one unless you've measured it. We're really getting into some good ground now. There were lots of big tropicals around, and here's another Hamaris lobster. Nice and easy to catch when they're like that. And again, quick check, no eggs, coming home.
Hello. Ah, 1 millimeter.
Here's a hole with a good mix of easterns and tropical lobsters all in together. One of the good things about the lobster diving is that you can upgrade your catch and release smaller ones and take a bigger one. When I grabbed this Hamaris, I saw the other one bolt out and bolt across the kelp, and luckily Greg was right there so I could just palm off the one I was holding and go and chase this other one. Always good fun chasing them, especially when it's clear like this. I could see him bolting across the top of the kelp, and it's good to let them exhaust themselves a bit. They've only got so much swim in them. If you could dive straight down and chase them, often they'll outrun you, but if you let them go for 30 odd seconds, if you've got the time, then you can catch up with them and grab them.
Gotcha.
Awesome to see cracks like this when the crays are so thick that they're hanging upside down on the roof and on the bottom of the crack. Just amazing.
One out here on the tank.
Still just trying to find that elusive legal Eastern Rock lobster. I couldn't believe that there were so many tropical lobsters out in the open. Obviously we were the first lot of divers through, or they wouldn't have been like this. Very easy to catch when they're like this.
There's an upgrade, that was a big one.
Here you can see a nice legal lobster just out in the foreground. This hole had two entrances and I ended up getting him out the back entrance. I was a bit ginger because there was a wobbegong in this hole and I'd already been bitten earlier in the dive by a small wobbegong, so wasn't looking forward to repeating that.
Finally, got a legal Eastern. Well, we had to work to get them. Have you ever seen so many undersized Eastern Rock Lobsters?
No.
Never.
Bodes well for the next couple of years though.
Oh man, there's going to be heaps of crows here. We've got some good sized tropicals though. Let me ask. Just stay in the bag. Look at this bad boy. That is a good size Amaris lobster. One and only, illegal Eastern. Put him on the...
You don't need to worry about the oversize.
No. But...
Oh yeah. Yep.
Way over.
Beautiful. Whee. It's a catch and release program.
No releasing. Anyway, nice Eastern.
Yeah.
Genuinely legal. I didn't have to measure him when I caught him. So, oh, so much bigger than all the rest.
I called this video Collins Class Subs after my good mate Greg Collins, who features here. And like the Australian submarine fleet, we're both aging quite a bit, but we can still be a little bit dangerous on our day, at least to the lobsters. There's nothing better than catching up with an old mate that you've known for a long time and done heaps of dives with, and get back in the water in beautiful conditions and have a really successful dive.
Very nice.
Yep. Done well.
Very good. There it is.
Well, you worked for those today.
I got bitten by a wobbegong again.
Again.
I had to pull this legal off the top of a wobbegong's head, and he's squirming, getting very antsy.
Funny.
Anyway, well good, and you got a couple of nice tropicals.
Yeah, nothing as big as what you got, but
You got them.
yeah, they're a feed.
Very good.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thanks, mate. That was unreal.
No, thank you.
Nice to go back to the old stamping ground. 3 years.
Yeah.